emergency style to try and cast Storm and turn this around. But I feel right now he is building up these really big balls, almost hitting the food cap here. He's at 180 compared to mOOnGLaDe, who is already capped. So it's not a case of units being a problem for him. He is getting heaps and heaps online, but mOOnGLaDe is just stockpiling so much. He's operating on 3.8k with 1k banked gas here, so this position for mOOnGLaDe is so good, and he just has so many hatcheries ready to just funnel larvae in. He's producing larvae all over the place, so he can get a new army almost instantly. So it really favors mOOnGLaDe to try and draw this fight up into Az's base, so that once, if he loses it, he can just rally a new army almost instantly because he has the money, while Az's economy is just in nowhere near as good shape.
Yeah, down to the bottom, once again, as with Warp Prism play, there's a little bit of a skirmish going on with a couple of Zealots being dropped in that base, but this Queen and this Spinecrawler with Transfusion there is more than enough to take care of that. I don't think there was too many drone losses at all. There's one solitary High Templar hanging out at that bottom there, so he'll just be watching that. I do like this Warp Prism play by Az, but he needs more than this just to get back in, because right now, I mean, mOOnGLaDe is just constantly upgrading all his units. He's got, you know, level 3 of like ground and missile attacks and everything really. There is Zealot Charge. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on.
Yeah, that Zealot Charge isn't finished. Would have been really good for mOOnGLaDe. We're seeing these nice storms coming off, but mOOnGLaDe able to move out of it. The difference here is when mOOnGLaDe and Az fought earlier, Az would actually wait for the fight to be well underway before using the storm, so he could really catch mOOnGLaDe when he was committed. I don't like this. He was forcing his own units to walk through the storm there. More Psy Storms going off, really shredding this Roach Hydra ball. These Roach Hydras are really, really low on hit points now. Really ripping through it. The High Templars going to work. That's more trademark Az. Those High Templars shredding those units and then warping in his spent Templars into Archons here. So this is danger mode for mOOnGLaDe, but he has so many minerals he can make a new army so quickly. He's already back up to 160 food just with what he's queued up. Massive amounts of roaches spawning out here. More coming in from the base. All those stockpiled lava coming into effect while he works on this. More roaches coming in from his other expansions. So he's just his huge stockpiled resources coming into play here. He's still got 2k banked, and we're seeing Drone Roach coming into work here. This Archon, 9 kills with the splash damage, able to shred through those drones, but now we're seeing more Roaches coming online, and not that much damage from mOOnGLaDe. He did have this expansion come online, but it was almost finished, so it's almost a blessing in disguise with all this new food cap that mOOnGLaDe has to work with. Finally just getting through his money now, but he has 15 more Roaches, and he has Broodlords on the way, which is just going to be absolutely devastating once they become operational.
That's so heartbreaking for Az, because he did win that fight very, very convincingly with so many storms just obliterating that army. But, you know, just as quickly as they left, they just kept back straight back up with so many lava, as you said. And, you know, now he's just got all these Archons, 7 Archons be straight there. So it'll be Archons versus Broodlords. So we'll have to see how that fight plays out. But, yeah.
Yeah, now we are seeing this sneaky hidden wave of Broodlords, which will deal with those island expansions, but we are seeing Archons, which we don't see that much. But with so many High Templars, it's not a bad play, especially considering they have such large hit points that they can absorb those shots from the Hydras, and their splash damage can go to work on balled units. I just think at this point that mOOnGLaDe's income is still pretty good. The harvest account is very, very similar after so many were destroyed, but mOOnGLaDe is operating on so much more bases. Now we are seeing these Archons go to work. Archon Sentry, nice force field placement, splitting these Roaches, but the trump card Broodlord's going to work here. He really needs to somehow get these Archons to close with these Broodlords, but the Roaches acting as a fortified wall, kind of a barricade between Az's army and mOOnGLaDe's, and it looks like Az is willing to let mOOnGLaDe have this base, but the thing is, it's his Cybernetics core. Losing this means no Stalkers. He's going to have to commit to non-Cybernetics core based units. This is going to be bad news for Az. He's not able to make Sentries or Stalkers anymore. He's going to have to make Zealots and Templars, so that's all he can do, and his economy is in pretty bad shape now. He does have these island expansions online, but with these Broodlords, he just doesn't have a counter, and with the Cybernetics core going down, he's only going to be able to make Templars and use Archons and Psionic Storm to try and kill them. He has a few more Sentries left, warping in a bunch of High Templars, but they still don't have Kadarian Amulet, so they're not going to be able to storm for 20 more energy, and these Roaches just going to town, getting a free-for-all in Az's base where Az builds up. Now we are seeing Az move out, but more Roaches pouring in. Huge ball of Roaches, Corruptor as well, just coming in to see if there's any air units. But no, they're going to work, but no Psy Storms, and Az calls GG. Unbelievable game there. Um, Absolutely amazing series. I thought Az was looking really great after 2-0ing mOOnGLaDe in the in the quarterfinals, but this is double elimination, so mOOnGLaDe plays his way back up through the brackets, and now mOOnGLaDe goes through to the final, and Az, unfortunately, is eliminated.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic play by mOOnGLaDe. I was quite surprised because had such great synergy between his units there that I just couldn't believe it. But he was able to come up with the answer, and really he did it quite stylishly. And then with those Broodlords and just complete macro dominance, and yeah, it was a great play by mOOnGLaDe, and he's in the final. So
Absolutely excited now. We've got the finals coming up next. It's going to be none other than Filthy, the crazy random player versus mOOnGLaDe, the defending champion. Can't wait.